Okay. At this moment, we're going to welcome up our next speaker. And just a little note about our friend Mike Miller. He's the one responsible for the pizza back there, as he does at every one of our meetings. He's been a good friend to us. And make a little announcement here that our when is our dinner dance? What's the date? September 23rd is the date of our dinner dance at Joe Abbracciamento's, and we're very, very happy to announce that Assemblyman Mike Miller, our friend, is going to be honored as Woodhaven's Man of the Year.
Thank you very much. Certainly not necessary, but I do appreciate it. Thank you very much. I just want to, the senator does all the meat, and he does all the, official stuff when he gets up ahead of me to speak. So not much stuff to speak about. I just want to mention a few. First of all, I'd like to thank Sensei Juan and Kiyoshi for coming here today. And he also agreed to come to the senior center one day and do a demonstration as well. So we're going to set that up one day.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you.
Our senator does a phenomenal job, and a lot of times when you go to do events, they've already been done by Senator Adabo. But I'm going to try and do a job fair. We're going to do it May 13th here in Woodhaven, All Nations Baptist Church. They allowed me to use their place. It's a big site. Not going to be as big as the one at Aqueduct, but we're going to try and get our feet wet, with the job fair. And I got the senator's blessing, so it's not like I'm stuck on his toes. And then Sensei Juan has a few free self-defense classes. I wanted him to get a plug as well. The next couple Saturdays at his dojo. Yes. Okay. And I also am a black belt. Okay. Honorary, of course. I never do that. And we're having a graffiti cleanup on April 30th with the Block Association. Hopefully it doesn't rain so that we can get out there and do a lot of sites. We are collecting information of sites that need cleaning up. So at this point, roll down gates, light poles, mailboxes, things like that we can do. And it's tough to do, paint over private houses, but of course, if it's a garage door or something, and we have the color and the owner, okays it, we'll be glad to do it as well. And then on June 4th at the band shell, we have a bin etching, a bike etching, a safe child. We're going to have a health van. That's going to be at the parking lot on June 4th. So a couple upcoming things. Last month, we talked about the abandoned house on 80th. And somebody mentioned that they called my office and we didn't do anything on it. And I just want to clarify that a bit. It perturbed me because when people call my office, I'm not always there to take the call, and I have a staff, that does a lot of work. But that particular call wasn't about the abandoned house. It was about the fact that the contractor that was in the house was throwing the garbage out for us. And then we took care of that. The staff took care of it. So it wasn't entirely, it wasn't about the house being abandoned. But I just wanted to clarify that. I never wanted to seem that, if you call my office, things aren't getting done. We can't do everything, but when you call, we do try to accomplish something in that. And then we're still working on paving on Jamaica Avenue with Maria and other people, Councilmember Ulrich and stuff. It took a lot of phone calls to get paved what we got paved already. It's just amazing when we call up, it's like, well, we've already been there. Like, but I'm just sunk and I went to China today. How did you do it? And then we had to get specific addresses where it was in front of it, so we did that. Still not entirely completely done, but I think they did half of the avenue, and still working on trying to get the rest done.
The sidewalk.
I received a violation. I had a hairline crack.
Okay.
When I called, I could either get a private contractor. It has to be a certain depth. It has to be met by code. You have to have the parking and everything. They, in turn, have to get the permit from the city to do the work.
Exactly.
So you have to have a licensed contractor. If you do it, say, today, and the city and people on my block that got it in '07, they still have not come around to do their cement work. I and my father both did it with a private contractor, and that was removed from me. but it was cheaper than doing it with the city. But you have to respond.
I just want to say something, please. There's construction going on all over Woodhaven, if you go look. They're doing things that we couldn't do. It's a company from New Jersey that's doing the cement.
They contract.
KS contractor.
Is that what it is?
Contract.
No, I just thought, because a few
Or Symphony, New
times,
Jersey.
we tried to come down the block, we couldn't because the trucks were blocked the road, and the dirt stays there, and the thing is open for days and days and days. I just wanted to pass that with you.
I'm sorry, just to add to that, my name is Mike, I live in the neighborhood. I've been here 7, 8 years now, and I never had this problem before. I know you mentioned they repaved some of the streets, but.
Jamaica Avenue.
Yeah, okay, but they also repaved some of the side streets. And in the process, the huge machines that they use to dig up the old street rips up the sidewalks, literally the curbs. It cracks the curbs in half. When they repaved the streets, they left about literally maybe a ½ inch of curb that you can actually see. So when cars tend to park, when they park, they tend to drive up on the sidewalk. I have the same violation. 2 years ago, I believe they did the tree program. They put new slabs of concrete, which they took accountability for. Them 2 slabs of concrete are already cracked and broken. My problem is, if I do fix my sidewalk, 2 months from now, I'm gonna have the same problem. So do I continue replacing slabs of concrete until I can no longer afford it? So I think that may be the bigger problem than actually getting it fixed, is that it's gonna be a continuous problem.
But I'm going to step in to be the bad guy here, because I know Mike is running late for another appointment.
Just one more thing, you know, on the budget, Title 20 money was restored on the state level, so it does help the senior center. Make sure that the mayor continues to use it for senior center, so we still have to work on them to make sure the city budget continues. But thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks again, Mike, and the gentleman over here.